The material girl who refused to apologize. Madonna didn't just break rules, she destroyed them. In the 1980s, she wasn't just a pop star. She was a cultural earthquake. She wore lace, leather, and crosses. She sang about desire, freedom, and being a woman without shame. Songs like a Virgin and Express Yourself shook the world, and some people hated her for it. But Madonna didn't care. She once said, "I'm tough. I'm ambitious. And I know exactly what I want." That attitude made her enemies. But it also made her unstoppable. She reinvented herself over and over. Blonde bombshell, spiritual seeker, rebel with a cause. She never stayed in one box. She paved the way for future stars to own their sexuality and speak their truth, artists like Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, and Beyoncé. But behind the confidence, Madonna faced her share of pain. She lost friends to the AIDS crisis. She battled critics, heartbreaks, and even a terrifying fall during a live show. Still, she got up every time. Stronger. Madonna never asked for permission. And she never apologized. But while she ruled the charts with steel and fire, another singer was quietly building her empire, with grace, silence, and an unmatched voice. The voice so high it touched the sky. Mariah Carey wasn't just another pop star. She had 5 octaves in her voice, notes so high they seemed to float above reality. She was just 18 when she handed her demo tape to the head of a record label, and changed music forever. Her debut single, Vision of Love, stunned everyone. She didn't sound human, she sounded divine. Mariah became the queen of the 90s. One #1 hit after another. Hero, Fantasy, Always Be My Baby, these weren't just songs. They were soundtracks to people's lives. But the pressure crushed her. She had a controlling marriage, a mental health crisis, and media that tore her apart. People laughed when she stumbled. But they forgot, Mariah wrote most of her own hits. She produced them. She built her career with her own hands. And when everyone thought she was finished, she returned with The Emancipation of Mimi. A comeback few thought possible. Mariah taught us that even divas have limits, but they also have wings. And just as she reclaimed her crown, a new voice entered the stage. Young, bold, unapologetic. Her name? Beyoncé. From Destiny's Child to global queen, the Beyoncé revolution. When Beyoncé Knowles was a teenager performing with Destiny's Child, no one could have guessed just how far she'd go. She didn't just dream big. She prepared for it. Long rehearsals. Tough routines. Perfection every single time. Her father was strict. Her life was scheduled. But she had a vision, and it was bigger than any girl group or chart hit. Destiny's Child gave the world empowerment anthems like Survivor and Independent Women. But when Beyoncé went solo, something shifted. She didn't just want to sing, she wanted to own her art. She dropped Crazy in Love and the whole world stood still. The way she moved, the way she sang, it was fearless. Sexy. Strong. She had taken the throne, and she wasn't giving it back. But Beyoncé wasn't just about hits. She was about meaning. When she released Lemonade, it wasn't just an album, it was a story. A confession. A love letter. A battle cry for black women everywhere. She sang about betrayal, anger, healing, heritage, motherhood, and forgiveness. No interviews. No apologies. Just art that spoke louder than any press conference ever could. She became the first black woman to headline Coachella. And she made it a history lesson, celebrating African American culture with marching bands, dance, and soul. People call her Queen Bey for a reason. She built an empire from discipline, vision, and love. But Beyoncé didn't climb the mountain alone. Because before her, there was another woman who used her voice as a weapon, a woman who made protest sound like poetry. The woman who sang what others feared. Nina Simone didn't want to be a pop star. She wanted to be a classical pianist. But when the world refused to give her that space, she carved out her own. Her voice was low, smoky, and intense. And when she sang, it wasn't always beautiful. It was powerful. Because she didn't sing to please, she sang to challenge. Songs like Mississippi Goddam, for women, and To Be Young, Gifted, and Black became anthems for the civil rights movement. Nina Simone was not afraid to speak out, even when it meant losing gigs, even when it meant exile. She once said, "An artist's duty is to reflect the times." And reflect she did, with every note, every scream, every whisper. Her pain was in her music, her anger, her hope, but it cost her dearly. She battled mental illness. She was misunderstood, lonely, and often broke. Yet today, artists like Lauryn Hill, Alicia Keys, and John Legend call her one of their biggest influences. Nina showed that being a female artist wasn't just about talent, it was about courage. And that same courage would shine in another singer decades later. A British woman with a beehive, a broken heart, and a voice that could stop time.